Hey everybody, welcome to tonight's pour. It is going to be a Hot Wheels theme pour. Yeah, everybody's excited. Can you hear the cheering in the background? Steady fans, steady fans. As you know, I got a dry sense of humor, so that's my humor. I'm glad anybody that likes to watch my videos. I'm just excited that anybody wants to listen to me talk and ramble on about this and watch me do my pours. But tonight's pour is going to be a Hot Wheels themed one. I haven't done one in a little while. I've done a couple large paintings, which I have one here that I'm going to resin tonight after I get done painting. I've done a couple car ones, they just weren't Hot Wheels ones. And the reason I get excited about Hot Wheels ones is because I am a Hot Wheels fan. I am a collector sort of. I only have a 3 or 4, 5, 600. I don't know what it is. I haven't counted in a while. And I'm sure to serious collectors, that's a very small collection. But that's why I get excited about Hot Wheels ones. And so I've done a couple other car ones, but just not Hot Wheels, like this one here. This looks like a Hot Wheels, but it's actually not. And I just really like this one. This one, I don't know what brand it was because it wasn't in a package. And look at that gold. It's kind of hard. Oh, you can see it in the light. But yeah, so there's that gold, and it's just beautiful in person. It's hard to see the beauty of it online, on pictures, on videos. It really looks so much better really looking at it. So I'm really falling in love with this one. I don't need to, because I need to sell them. I don't need to keep holding on to so many of them. But anyway, that's why I'm excited tonight. So my idea for tonight's pour, I didn't have a car in mind this time. I had an idea in mind without a car. I mean, I was going to put a car on it, but I didn't know what car was going to go on it, or what character or item or whatever. So, and I did come up with another idea. I keep a notepad on my phone that I have ideas for paintings, and I wrote that one down. So hopefully I can find exactly what I'm wanting to get to make this. And if it turns out, it's going to be an awesome pour. So, continuing on with what we're going to do tonight is I decided that the exhaust, or whatever you want to call it, the fire coming out of the back, I wanted to just put the colors in. And my originally idea was to put a lot of different colors. So I wanted it really colorful. And then just take this chopstick. I love Chinese food and sushi. So, and I know Chinese food, sushi is Japanese, and I love Chinese. I love them both. Let's put it that way. I didn't mean to say Chinese and sushi. I meant to say Chinese food, and I love sushi, which are the only two things I eat with chopsticks. So, what I wanted to do, my idea was to get the colors out, and then not do a Dutch pour, just have the colors out, and then just use this to just make circles. So it'd be like, you know. So I'm trying to find a car that I could associate with going, you know, whatever. So I had no idea what kind of car that would be. So all I did was I came down into my studio, and I didn't have colors in mind, because for me, I try to match the colors of the car. And so I was looking around. I'm looking through my Hot Wheels that I have up here, and I have some in a closet over there, and I have some on the shelving over there with some other items, and waiting for that inspiration of ding ding ding, that's the car. And well, ding ding ding, this is the car right here. It's Surf and Turf is what it's called. I'm not sure exactly what kind of car that is. It's a little van. It's got the big engine out. It's got a surfboard on top. And as you can see, it's got the waves on it. So it does kind of have that that flow to it. So this is an orange car. It's got blue and kind of a yellowy orange, orangey yellow type waves on it. Well, so my inspiration is gonna be, and you know I love orange, that's my favorite color. I'm gonna do an orange background, and I'm gonna use blue, and instead of the yellowish orange, I'm gonna use white, because it looks, blue and white will look more like water and waves anyway. So my idea tonight is the orange negative space with the blue and white coming out. All right, I'm hearing noises again in my house. Now, tonight, I am the only one here. My wife left today to go spend the weekend with the grandkids, and she's going to visit a couple of her brothers. One is having surgery, I think, on Saturday, and the other one just had surgery, so she's going to go visit both of them as well. And so I'm here by myself, so I shouldn't be hearing noises in the other room. We don't have any pets, and I do hear noises quite a bit in our house. Nothing major, bumps. The only time, I've told this in other videos, the only other time was I did hear somebody walking through this family room right out here, when my bedroom was right behind this wall, and I was the only one home. And I heard footsteps going by, but nobody was there. But anyway, and it's not an old house. I mean, it's 20 years old, but it's not a stick-built house. It's a modular home. And so it's a manufactured home, and we're the ones that put it in, and we've lived here the whole time. So nobody's died in here, in this house. This farmland has been in our family for generations. So it's not an old Indian burial ground. So it's not an old graveyard. It's not, I don't think any of my relatives killed anybody and buried them in this property, but I am related to Doc Holliday, so we do have some sketchy people in our family. And yeah, if you met some of them, you'd agree. But anyway, so if you hear anything, just ignore it like I do. I mean, I look over just to make sure there's nobody there. Like I did say, my folks do live in a apartment that we built off of our garage, which it's right over there is our garage. So they live over there, and they're elderly, and sometimes they come over, not this late at night, but sometimes they come over, and if they're trying to get a hold of me and they can't through the intercom, which I haven't heard ring, they will come over to get me, especially if it's an emergency. And funny story is, I had to sit them down one time and explain what an emergency is, because we're sitting over here and we can hear the back door open from our garage, and Mom is basically yelling, "Emergency, emergency, hurry, it's emergency." And so we get up, and we're running through the house thinking something happened to like my dad or something. And she needed baking soda. He was making peanut brittle. My dad makes peanut brittle over the holidays. And he was making peanut brittle, and he ran out of baking soda or baking powder, whatever one it was, and she needed it right away. So after my heart stopped pounding from my near heart attack, I had to sit them down and explain that is not considered an emergency. When you sound frantic and yell emergency, there should be broken bones or blood or, needing attention, something other than we ran out of baking soda or powder or whatever. So, but anyway, so I have to look over there to make sure it's not them. So I am going to, I've already mixed the paints, so I just got to get going. I wasn't going to talk that long, and here it is already 10 minutes in. And I'm still hearing noises. I don't know if you can hear them on there. It's probably not because it's kind of faint, but I'm still hearing them. So all I got to do is get this pour on, and then I got a piece over here. I got to tape the back, and then I'm going to resin it, and then I'll be done for the night. And so hopefully I won't hear too many more noises. So yep, that's our life here. The only other noises that we hear starting from sun up to sundown in our house all day long, and this isn't the sound, what I'm hearing, but we have, for over a year now, we have had a red cardinal attack our windows of our house every day, sun up to sundown. It starts now in the summertime, when I keep hearing stuff. It might be out on the road. It just sounds like it's coming from over there. We live on a county road here. It starts banging. It'll bang on our bedroom window. This morning it started at about 6:30 in the morning. It bangs on our bedroom window, bangs on our living room window, it bangs on our spare bedroom window, and it bangs now on our deck, on our sliding patio door. So, and it's been doing it for over a year. So we do hear that all day long. That is our only pet, but that's a pet I would like to kill, and my wife won't let me shoot it. I really want to, I don't know if I want to use my handgun or my AR-15, one of them, and that, she's gone this weekend. That would be a good time to shoot it. But anyway, so let's get to pouring, and you've probably already fast forwarded past me talking this whole time. So, and my paints are probably drying out listening to me talk. So that's the plan. Orange background, blue and white out the back. I do have a backup plan. If it does not look good, then I will try to make waves out of it. And so that is the plan. So let's get started. All right. As I said before, I've already got my paints mixed. I got my canvas on here. It's a 10 by 20 canvas. I got my level. I've actually already leveled it, but I'll show you that I do level it, because it is getting a mess. It's building up on my little cores here that I set this on, my little cardboard cores that I get from work, and they are trash. So they are building up on it. I stopped resining on it, which is what builds it up the fastest with the resin. This one here really has a really high thing on it, but I have leveled it out. Put this up out of the way. So we can get started on this pour. Oh, I love that orange. Orange has been my favorite color since I was a kid, and it still is my favorite color. Yeah, and speaking of haunted stuff, as my wife and I, even though she's not here, as my wife and I do every day when we get home from work, is we turn on TV Land and watch Andy Griffith. We both love Andy Griffith. We watch it every day. It's about the only clean, wholesome show that's on TV anymore that you can find. And the one today, the one of them that was on today, because they play it from like 4 o'clock till 8 o'clock. Of course, we don't get home that early, but... So, the one today was with the haunted house, and the kids lose a baseball inside the house, and they hear groans, and then Andy sends Barney, and Barney doesn't want to go. He's scared, even though he's trying to say he's not scared, and then he takes Gomer with him, and it's a good one. So that is my scary stuff. And I used to be fascinated with like ghost stories and stuff like that when I was younger. And then it kind of faded a little bit when I got older. And then I found this show called, a number of years ago, called Ghost Hunters. And oh, I was so big into that. I loved that show. And, so I was all excited about it. And I watched it, and my 2 kids were younger, and they'd watch it every now and then with me. But what I liked about it was that they weren't out really like to find ghosts. They tried to explain away everything, and that's the part I liked about it. They went at it more. And try to explain if something happened, if it could be created by something else, they figured that's what it was. But if it was like after they tried to debunk it, is what they called it. And so that's what I liked about it. But then after a few years of watching it, as you know, my wife and I, we do go to church, and we are believers. And so I started feeling uneasy about watching this show. And it's almost like I was inviting, I don't want to say evil spirits into my house, but just inviting, I guess the best way to put it, just that Satan into the house, which I didn't want to do. I don't want him in my house. And so it was more of, I just felt like I just felt uneasy about it. I felt that it, it's just drawing attention to me. The Satan I don't know how to explain it. I just thought it was not good. And so I stopped watching it cold turkey. I've never watched it again. And I haven't missed it at all. I guess that's the best way to put it. So I don't really watch that kind of stuff anymore. That's probably way too much pain. I'm going to take some of that paint off. I think it's just way too much paint. Which I'm always guilty of. So let's just go. I love that blue right there. I think that's a winner right there. really stuck to that. I need something a little bit more smoother. I'm liking this pattern. Kind of want to bring that orange in like that. Now that wasn't quite the pattern I was wanting to go with, but I think that's going to be a great pattern on that. Alright, I'm just going to take this car out and see what it looks like on there. So, oh yeah, I think that'll be a good one. Hopefully that will not run off anymore. I do kind of like that. See some cells coming in, so it's distorting a little bit, not so defined, which is all right. I do like that I brought the orange in on the blue, kind of, and on the white there to kind of break that up. And then there's a lot of good cells in here. So, yeah, I think that's going to be a good one. It's definitely different. It's not kind of like anything I've done before. So, but I'll be in here for just a little bit longer to be resin this piece, so I'll keep an eye on it and see if I need to prop it up a little bit. I don't think so. It shouldn't be. It was level. But that, and I got a little more excess paint off of there. So, yeah, I think that'll be a good one. All right, so this thing is dried. It shifted a little bit. It's hopefully that resin will pull out those lines in it. Still got this out here, but I think it'll be all right. So I've got it taped on the back. I've got my resin poured. We got 7 ounces of resin. It is Pro Marine resin is what I'm using. I mixed it for approximately 3 minutes. It's got lots of air bubbles in it, as you can see. And I got my torch ready right here. Hold on to it for a second, a little bit. I usually only wear one glove because I don't spread the resin with 2 gloves on, and I usually end up getting resin on me more when I wear one glove, or 2 gloves, I'm sorry, because I get resin on my left hand, because I usually use my right. And then to take these gloves off with the opposite hand that has resin on it, usually gets resin all up in here. Trying to get this out like this, you'll have resin. So I don't do 2 gloves, I only do 1. I just don't really need to do 2 gloves. Plus it saves the amount of gloves, because there during all the COVID crap last year, it was hard to find gloves. I started resining more, and I was getting upset because I couldn't find that many gloves. It's hard to find. But so you kind of sparingly use them, and so that kind of started that as well. Get all these bubbles out, all these air pockets out. So, my wife is out of town this weekend, so it's just me in the house. I haven't heard any more noises. I heard some just a little bit ago, and I was like, oh boy, here we go again. But then I realized it's just some thunder off in the distance, and I'm starting to hear it. And so, no noises. The noises I was hearing the other night when I was doing this one, I believe it was neighbors down the road shooting, probably guns. I don't think it was fireworks. And it is getting close to the 4th of July, but my sister also heard them. She lives down the road from us. And I went over to my folks' part of the house and asked them if they had heard it. My mom hadn't heard it, but she turned the TV off, and we started hearing it. So I don't think it was anything paranormal in our house. I think it was just the neighbors shooting that are on down the road. So it's not the neighbors that normally shoots off fireworks and shoots guns. Oh, yep. You probably heard that. That's the thunder getting closer, getting louder. So, but my wife is in the next state over visiting the grandkids and her brother and a couple of her brothers and her son and daughter-in-law. And so she has my car because her car is an older car, and we like not having a car payment. And she decided when she bought this car that she was going to drive it till it basically started falling apart. And she bought it used, and got a little over, I think it's got around 275,000 miles on it. It's a Buick, and she had a little. We have replaced the motor in it. We got a really good deal on a motor. Like $800 to have put a new motor in our car. That's with the motor and installed. Yes, so we have pretty good mechanics that we trust, and so she had a low tire, so took it in for them to look at the tire, and they checked out some other things on it and basically told her not to put any more money in it and to just, you know, that the rear end was going to go out here soon. So she took my car on her trip over to Illinois. It's about a 3-hour drive over there for us to their place, to where her son and the grandkids live. Oh, it's starting to rain. So she took my car because they basically advised her not to take it on any trips, long trips. So I was driving it today. I went into town, did a few things, and went over in Indianapolis and got some supplies. And came back home. It's a hot day. I think it was 96 today, up to 96. At least that's what it said on the car, on the little thermometer thing. So I pull in the garage, and I'm getting a couple bags out of the back seat, and I go to come in the house, and I notice there's, well, it looked like smoke, but it was steam. So found out I opened the hood, and it was basically the radiator hose got a crack in it. It was dripping out some stuff, and that was getting on the engine and steaming out and stuff. And I could smell my mind's blank. The fluid you put in the radiator fluid. I think it's not called radiator fluid, is it? It's it's like on the tip of my tongue, and I can't think of it right now. I'll think of it here in just a little bit. But anyway, so I could smell that, and so I just put duct tape on it. Well, I put electrical tape around it. I waited for it to cool off. I wiped it off. It's still a little wet. I put electrical tape around there was a pretty good size slit in it, or tear. And then I put duct tape over it, and I use a Gorilla duct tape. And I haven't driven it yet, but she is wanting a new car. We're trying to go almost another year with that car. Doesn't look like we're going to be able to make it. So I told her, it's like, well, we just need a radiator hose replaced. It's not a big repair. And she's like, start looking for a new car. And then she's wanting me to fix it. And I will admit, I'm not mechanically inclined. I've never changed a radiator hose. I'm going to guess it's fairly easy, but I would rather a professional do that, or somebody that knows what they're doing do that and get it done right, so she doesn't have problems with it again. But so, all right, we got the resin on. It looks like I got a pretty good job of the air pockets out of there. So this is the car, if you remember. Probably do. I say that because it's been 2 or 3 days for me. It's only been, if you've watched the whole video, it's probably only been about 10 minutes for you or less. So I want to get it right in here. So that's kind of the way it's coming out. All right, so we got a good look on it. I kind of wish it was a little thinner and not so wide, but I think it'll still work. So we have another piece finished. Oh, you can hear the rain on the window. It's really starting to rain now. So another beautiful piece, and on to the next one. Thanks for watching. As always, please like the video, hit the subscribe button, help my channel grow, and so I can I'll be definitely putting out more videos. Thank you.